You know, my God, so many women and children. I mean, every life is valuable, but so many women and children have been shot and killed this year in Philly. That's why Representative Kenyatta here wants to call a state of emergency. That's exactly what we have going on. Now, you represent a lot of North Philadelphia, and just in the last 10 days, I wanted to remind everybody what has happened in North Philly. On November the 5th, a 31-year-old, Irene McNair, and a 56-year-old woman, Constance Marshall, were shot and killed inside of a speakeasy in North Philadelphia. Then on November 16th, 67-year-old Arun Mattel was gunned down inside of her check cashing business. That same week, an 18-year-old, Amir Jones, was shot and killed during a botched robbery while walking with his girlfriend near the Temple campus. This past Sunday, 16-year-old Kanye Davis died after being shot nearly 10 times. That same day, 21-year-old Sam Collington died after being shot during an apparent robbery near Temple's campus. And then just on Monday, 14-year-old Samir Jefferson died after being shot nearly 20 times while waiting for the bus. And just yesterday, we had 3 shootings in North Philadelphia. A woman died after being shot 8 times at 24th and Diamond. A 60-year-old man is in critical condition after being shot on the 1900 block of North Krosky. And then the off-duty Philadelphia police officer was shot on West Pike Street. All this happened in North Philadelphia. He is recovering in the hospital this morning. No wonder you're calling for a state of emergency. But those are 3 words. What do they mean? Are certain policies going to kick in when you announce this?
So first of all, anybody who's paying attention knows that we are in a state of emergency. But now the question becomes, how can we as government have a whole of government approach? I know I'm not the first to call for this, and this is not the first time that you've heard me speak out about how difficult this moment is for all of us. You know, I disagree with the mayor, who has yet to call one here at the city level.
Why is that? Why don't we? It is a state of emergency. Just call it. What is the red tape that's holding that up?
You know, I can't speak to that, but what I can say is, you know, I spoke to the governor's office yesterday and said that I was going to call on the governor's office to do the same thing. The governor did something similar around the opioid crisis. And a part of what this does is it allows us to have a whole of government approach. What they did around the opioid crisis was to have department heads, secretaries of agencies, having weekly meetings, ongoing conversations about what we need to do, where we need to cut red tape to get resources and to enact policies that are going to deal with the fact that you just listed a short number of the names of folks who we have lost.
That was 10 days.
Right?
Well, think about the whole year. You said that a list of names was read in Harrisburg.
Yeah, and in Harrisburg, we had a debate just last week where, unfortunately, I have Republican colleagues who want to make this issue worse by allowing unlimited concealed carry. Right now, folks go through a background check process with their local sheriff or with the local police before folks can get a concealed carry, but they want anybody to have concealed carry. And in a speech I gave on the floor, you know, I only got through 100 or so names, and my colleagues were hemming and hawing, you know, saying, "Oh my gosh, please stop talking."
Yeah.
But what I said to them is that list of names was too much for them to hear. Then we should be doing everything in our power to not make this problem worse, but we should actually be doing things that are within our power to make the situation better. I have a bill right now that could help.
Tell me about that bill quickly.
I have a bill with Representative Ben Sanchez that would deal with lost and stolen guns, increase penalties for folks who legally obtain a weapon.
You think that'll pass?
They won't even bring it up for a vote, which is a deep problem.
You're going to have a rally. When is it?
So we're going to have a press conference today at 10 o'clock at Broad and Master, talking about a 3-step, you know, plan that I've laid out here about what we need to do.
People are frustrated with press conferences and rallies, and nothing ever changes. It's just words, words, words. You know, you're kind of a PR person for your district, right? Yeah. But at this point, why would anybody want to live, go to school, shop, drive through, walk through, bicycle through your district? Well, and there's such good people that live there.
Well, I will tell you, and here's the hard thing. This is not a North Philly problem, and it's not a Philadelphia problem. This is a uniquely American problem. When we have, just a couple of days ago, a 14-year-old who can shoot up a school in Michigan, over 100 gun homicides in Pittsburgh, record numbers of gun homicides in Harrisburg.
Across the country.
This is all across the country. in this country, we have an issue with an over-proliferation of guns on our streets, and I've said it before, there are too many guns on our streets.
It's so hard. Well, this week we've been talking about the parents, and rightfully so, they're scared to death for their kids on the Temple campus. But guess what? The people who live in Strawberry Mansion in Kensington and King Sesson and Southwest Philadelphia and West Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, they have that anxiety every day. It will subside on the Temple campus, hopefully, when the violence goes down. But these parents and kids live with this every single day for years and years on end.
Well, listen, I understand people's fear. I understand people's anxiety. The women who you mentioned who were shot in the speakeasy, that's right around the corner from my home. And so none of us are immune to this, but I will say this, Temple is one of the best schools in the entire world.
People love Temple.
And if we don't deal with this issue, it doesn't matter what university you go to. We saw in Montgomery County, somebody was at home, in their home, having Thanksgiving dinner and shot in their home by a stray bullet.
People will stop going to Temple.
People should come to Temple, but what we should do is deal with this problem, and we can. It's called a state of emergency, deal with the gun safety bills that have stalled, and actually deal with the root causes of poverty and other issues that make this.
That's a hard, long task,
right.
but we've got to get it done because I want people to go to Temple. It's such a good school. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Thanks for you.
Thank you.
Keep us updated on the bill, too.
We absolutely will.
All right, here, break.